Get ready with me while I explain to you guys why you can't trust literally anybody. I feel like I just have really bad luck with friends. Also, before you guys assume this is not a hickey, I burned myself with the beach waiver. Like I promise, it's a burn. Anyway, there's this guy that I was dating. I was dating him for about a year and a half, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less. I don't really remember. But at that time, I was also really close with this one girl. Also, I'm not gonna name drop. I wanted to, but I'm not going to because it's really not that deep. To sum up how close we were, if someone couldn't get a hold of me, they called her. If they couldn't get a hold of her, they called me. Because we were always together. Anyways, me and him ended, and then not too much longer later, me and her just, like, fell apart. Like, nothing happened between us, like, no beef, no drama, no nothing. We just really stopped talking for a while. Recently, around the beginning of October, she slid up on one of my stories, and then we kind of just, like, caught up and started talking again. And then the bond that we had before, like, literally came back within an instant because we were so freaking close. And, like, you can't really erase that. Like, we were literal sisters. We talked every single day, hung almost every single day, but let's skip the backstory, the boring stuff, and let's get to the point. She stayed the night the day before New Year's Eve and then was at my house New Year's Eve morning. I had plans that morning, so she ended up going home just for a little bit, and then we planned on meeting back up and getting ready for this party. We were testing all day. We were so excited about the party, and then randomly she's like, oh, sorry, like, I have plans with my family. And I'm like, girl, don't even worry about it. Like, I'll just go out by myself. Family is more important. Like, of course. The party that we were gonna go to together was, like, really far, so I didn't want to go without her, so I was trying to find, like, another party to go to. I ended up finding one that was really close, after everyone was posting about it, and literally everyone was there. And I was like, okay, everyone's there. I mean, I'm going by myself, but I know a lot of people. It's fine, whatever, let me just go. Because, like, I didn't want to do nothing on New Year's Eve. So I get there, I found all my people, like, I'm having a really freaking good time, and I want to say at least 45 minutes to an hour goes by, and I'm over here catching up with one of my other friends, and I'm talking about how much I miss my ex, and she goes, girl, he's downstairs with so-and-so. I start laughing. I'm like, no, she's with her family. Like, haha, good try. Thinking it was a literal joke. Like, I literally thought it was a literal joke. I go downstairs and she's sitting, like, in the corner behind the pool table on his lap in a chair. In that moment, I'm, like, really freaking confused because I'm like, she just told me that she had a family thing to go to. Like, why did she lie to me? But, like, also in that moment, my heart completely shatters because I'm like, I was just talking about how much I miss him, and my best friend is sitting on his lap right now. I wouldn't say, like, best friend. Like, I don't know what you classify as best friend, but we were getting really close again. And if you guys know me, you guys watch my TikToks, before any of you guys ask, no, it's not Haley or Charlie. I just haven't really hung out with either of them. Still love them so much. I see Charlie tomorrow, so y'all will probably see her too. Anyways, back to the story. She made direct eye contact with me and then hurry up and looked away and acted like she didn't even see me. He gets up and he comes over and he's like, yo, nice to see you. Talking to my other friend, talking to the other friend, talking to the dude behind us. And I'm like, he just touched my hand. Like, we're gonna get married again. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was, like, heartbroken in this moment because, like, what was that? She walks to the opposite side of the basement and goes up those flight of steps to, like, avoid us. And I'm talking to him, like, having a normal conversation. Like, obviously, like, if he's with her, I'm not gonna flirt with him, even though that was my man and my best friend. Whatever, it doesn't even matter. But I'm, like, talking to him and I'm like, oh, so, like, you and so-and-so? He was like, yeah, we've been together for, like, 2 months. You didn't know? In my mind, I'm like, that dab up meant nothing. I thought we were gonna get married. He just dabbed me up. We're gonna get married. Nope, it meant nothing. I'm just kidding. Let me stop being delusional. Anyways, back to the story. We had been friends for over 2 months. Like, been close again for over 2 months. And she never once mentioned that she was dating my ex. Yeah. One that she would tell me to leave in the beginning over and over and how he's no good for me. Anyways, fast forward. She didn't talk to me the entire party and then blocked me. Like, I texted her and I was like, hey. That's all I said was, hey. Blocked. She blocked me, and I'm not gonna go chasing after anybody. Obviously, she was no good because what was that? She could stay in 2023. That was so cringy of me to say, but she can stay in 2023 because 2024 she will not be in. It's low-key not that deep because he was my ex, but you are supposed to be my best friend. You're supposed to be my best friend. I feel so embarrassed because I had been, like, sobbing about him to her. Not sobbing, but, like, I miss him. Like, I want a bad girl. Like, we should go on a 2-man and, like, invite him, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, she's in a relationship with him. Like, I look so stupid sitting here crying about him to her when she's dating the man. Or talking to him. I don't know. He just said we have been together for over 2 months. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Ah! Like, why? Why? In my opinion, no matter what, that's a violation of girl code to, like, date your best friend's ex. Yeah. But, like, at the same time, I'm not going to lose my best friend over a boy, so I wouldn't have really cared if she didn't lie to me about it and then blocked me because I texted her, hey. Anyways, guys, that's all. I love you guys. I'll see you later. I just had a rant real quick because... let me tell you, that had me heated. Peace out, guys. Bye.
These are all the the things my best friend of 13 years did to me that made me cut her the fuck off. Also, this is your sign to stop keeping shitty people in your life just because you've known them a long time and you go way back. Because going way back means nothing if they treat you like fucking garbage. So number 1, if I liked or showed interest or even got the slightest bit of joy out of something in this world, she had to fucking hate it. And I don't mean just hate it. She had to despise it. She loved to just go on and on about how terrible she thought the things I liked were every single time that we hung out. It was so fucking weird. It wasn't like dislike, like it was passionate hate. And I swear she would like half these things until I liked it and then she had to hate it. Another thing she would do is intentionally like reach and go out of her way to make me feel unimportant, not good enough, like etc., ugly, whatever the case scenario was, not interesting enough. Like she would just gas the living shit out of everyone around us, like all of our other friends, but make sure she never gave a single compliment to me. But when I say gas up everyone else, I mean like worship the fuck out of every single girl in the friend group except for me. I was like, girl, what did I ever do to you? And since she had that cute little era where she hated everything I liked, the only thing I ever really got from her was criticism, whether it was like about how ugly my outfit was or how stupid my style was or whatever the fuck. Like she literally wanted me to know how unimportant she thought I was. Like it was her fucking mission. And that's like a dumbass little thing girls will do if they're like jealous of you or they give you like I want to be you vibes, is they will purposefully just gas up every single person except for you, especially if they think you're like the prettiest person in the friend group or whatever. Not saying I fucking was, but definitely she thought I was because she made it her goddamn mission to make me feel unimportant. But as for the one thing we did have in common, we both always wanted to be YouTubers since we were super, super little. That solidified for me. And it eventually became my full-time job. And like immediately after my channel blew up, she tried to start her own channel, posted like 2 videos, and then fucking gave up. But ever since that, she's been breaking her goddamn back trying to get me to quit. I shit you not, this girl would call me up randomly and be like, I don't think you should continue social media. Like, internet hate can get really bad. Like, out of fucking nowhere. As if I've never, like, gotten internet hate. Like, as if I don't know what it is. Or if I have, like, a really good month with views or something, she'll be like, oh, social media is so oversaturated. Like, I really think you should, like, quit or, like, find something else. And that quote they say, that's, like, the only people that will talk you out of going after your dreams are the people that already gave up on theirs, is fucking accurate. Also, genuine question, like, are you fucking dumb? Like, you think I'm gonna, like, get off the phone with you and be like, she's right, I might get hate, I have to quit? Like, what the actual fuck? I hate when dumbass people call me telling me dumbass shit. Not to mention, when I was going through one of the most toxic relationships of my entire life, like, fully being, like, traumatized, she stopped being friends with me because I wouldn't break up with him. As if it's, like, that fucking easy. And I don't know, I don't care if y'all come for me for this shit. The way I look at it is, I will be there for my friends no matter if I fucking agree with it or if I don't. I'm not afraid to tell them if they're wrong, but even if I think they made a stupid decision, I will never fucking abandon them. After I finally dumped him, obviously she came crawling back into my life, and guess what the situation was? She was in her own little toxic relationship, and I was there for her like a fucking dumbass. Where was she when I was going through mine again? Oh yeah, she fucking left me. Can't even say anything though, because that's my own dumbass fault. Honestly, the list goes on and on forever, but this is getting a little long, so let me know if you guys want a part 2. But always remember, just because you've known that they existed a little longer than the next guy, doesn't mean that they're still not a shitty person.
So when I was in high school, I was friends with this girl. For story's sake, we'll call her Hannah. So it was like near the end of our senior year. I had gone and driven to Hannah's house, and it was just me and her. We were just hanging out, whatevs. And she starts talking about how she wants to go to this party that these kids at our school were throwing. This location was called The Barn, and it was a literal barn that this kid would throw parties at, right? So I had never been to the fucking barn ever in my life. I never had fucking planned on going there, solely based on the fact, so the friend group that would throw parties at the barn, I didn't agree with their ideology. Frankly, I didn't even like any of them as people either. So I was like, fuck no, I'm not fucking taking my ass there. But she wanted to get her ass in there so bad just so she could talk to her ex-boyfriend that she has been on again, off again for how many goddamn years. And at this time, he was with a completely different bitch, you know? So in my head, I was like, there's so many things wrong with this situation and so many things that could go even worse. So me being me, just trying to please my friends, I was like, fine, we'll go, but I do not want to stay long at all. Like, just do what you need to do. Like, we need to be there like an hour max, maybe 30 minutes max. So I had hit up like 3 of my other friends to come with us because, like, again, like, I don't really know anyone at this fucking party, not really friends with any of them, don't like most of them. So yeah, they come with us, they pick us up, we arrive at the fucking barn, and the first thing we see is this kid fucking walks out of the barn and comes up to us and starts critiquing what my friends are wearing. Like, what the fuck is this? Are you a goddamn bouncer? And he's like talking to my friend like, I don't like the shoes you got on. Like, bitch, get the fuck back where the fuck you were. Do you, like, ugh. And immediately I was like, oh my god, I literally want to go home. But we press forward. So then my other 3 friends start talking about how they want to leave after like 30 minutes, maybe an hour passes. They're like, they want to leave. People here are fucking weird. They're giving them a hard time. They don't like them. And they just want to go home. And I was like, bitch, fuck yeah, like, I want to fucking leave, you know? So I'm talking to Hannah, like, all of us are talking to Hannah. We're like, okay, like, I think that was enough. Like, we should go. Hannah didn't get a chance to talk to her boy yet, so she didn't want to leave, obviously. She started asking me, like, do you think we can just find another ride and you can stay with me and they can go? And I was like, me being people pleasy again, I was like, sure, like, we'll just find a different ride. And then I told my other 3 friends, like, okay, it's fine, you can go, and we'll figure it out, you know? Which I don't know why the fuck I did that, because we weren't friends with anyone there. No one was gonna fucking take us home. So the night very unfortunately goes on, and then she ends up talking to her boy, and I'm like, fucking finally, now we can almost be fucking done, you know? So, like, they leave me to go talk. I'm like, whatevs, private conversation, don't really care. But I'm by myself, so don't know anyone, by myself. So at this point, they were gone for a while, and I was like, fuck, I'm literally so over this. Like, how long is this gonna fucking take? And I had went to where they were talking. They were, like, in the back of the barn, fucking back of the barnyard, and I go up to them. I'm like, hey, guys, like, what's going on? Can I join you guys? Because literally the whole entire time they were talking, I was, like, walking around this kid's fucking house. Like, literally a stranger's home. I'm just walking around, looking around, went in the barn, went inside their house, and I was like, wow, this is nice, you know? Hannah then tells me, she's like, the conversation's, like, really private. Like, can you, like, go somewhere else? And I was like, fine, because I have nowhere else to go anyways. So I did what I was told, trying to fucking, like, help my friend, and I just sit on this kid's fucking porch by myself, and I'm like, whatever, I'll just wait. And then this girl comes up to me, and she's fucking, like, stumbling all over the place, and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? And she, like, grabs onto me and everything, and I'm, like, trying to help her up and everything, and I ask her if she's okay, and she's, like, telling me all the shit she was doing and everything like that, and I looked at her face, and I was like, oh my god, this girl, it looks so young. And I asked her, and I'm like, hey, how old are you, by the way? And she's like, oh, I'm in 8th grade, like, I'm 13. And I told her, I was like, bitch, we are literally seniors, like 17, 18-year-olds. And I was like, dude, I should have known. I should have never fucking come here. And I was telling the girl, I'm like, oh my god, what you need to do, you need to call your mother. You need to go home. I don't care how much trouble you're gonna get in. You cannot be here. And at that point, I was so fucking uncomfortable. So then I went back to Hannah, and I was like, please, can we, like, go? I'm so uncomfortable right now. Literally, a fucking preteen came up to me just now. And she continues to, like, shoo me away because she's still talking. So I'm getting fucking irritated. So I walk into the house, like, fucking storm into this person's fucking house, and I see a girl that I have, like, fucking art class with, you know? And I start talking to her. I'm like, hey, girl, like, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And she's like, hey, like, blah, 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 like, oh my god, I didn't think you'd be here, you know? Like, you know how bitches be, you know? So I'm talking to that girl, and then all her little cheerleader friends come over, too, and start talking to us because they were all going home together. And that's when I slip in. I'm like, hey, guys, like, real talk, like, do you think I can catch a ride with you guys? Because, like, my friend is still talking, I have nowhere to go, and, like, I'm literally, like, just stranded here. And they're like, girl, of course you can come with us. So I'm like, thank god they were fucking there that night. So then I walk back to the porch, and, like, the fucking little girl is, like, on her phone and everything like that. She's like, my mom's gonna come pick me up. Okay, I sat there, and I waited for her mother to come get her, and I talked to her mother. I didn't even know the fucking girl's name, but I was like, I don't know why she's here, but people here are older, and these people are weird, and I'm trying to leave. She needs to go home. So her mom took her home, and then I went to go find Hannah again. I'm like, Hannah, I'm leaving because fuck you, to be honest, for making me do this. Yeah, I'm obviously mad at her, and I just tell her I'm going. And then I leave with all these fucking, like, cheerleader girls. And I tell them to drop me off at Hannah's house, and I get there, and right when I get there, it's fucking 3 a.m. at this point. Hannah then calls me and she's like, can you please pick me up? And I told her I was irritated, and I was like, dude, I've been wanting to leave for literally hours because we got there at what, maybe 10 o'clock? It's 3 in the morning. Before I left too, I literally asked her, I'm like, is it okay if I go? Like, even though I'm fucking angry, I'm like, is that okay though? You know what I mean? And she's like, yeah, I'll figure it out. She didn't figure it out, so she just asked me. So she made me drive fucking like 20 minutes back because she was mad at me and everything, and I can't deal with people being mad at me before. So I got her, I dropped her off at her house, and I fucking took my ass home, finally. Moral of the story is, it's okay to have boundaries, and you should be able to say no. And that if you are friends with someone who is constantly pressing you for their own benefit and doing things only for their benefit, yeah, stop being friends with them, girl.
I'm gonna tell you guys a crazy story time while I get ready. I've been wanting to tell you guys this for so long, but I wasn't sure if I was like allowed to talk about it or anything. So basically, let's fast forward to October of last year. So I went out for my best friend's birthday at a club in Montreal. And I brought with me a good old fake YSL bag. And this wasn't just like a really good fake bag. This was like a horrible fake. Like, it was really bad. My sister's friend gave it to her and I took it. And I brought it with me to the club. At said club, I left it at the booth with my wallet, my cards, my keys, pretty much everything that made me a person. And while one thing led to another, you can assume what happened. It got stolen. Now, the funny thing about when it got stolen is very weird. When I noticed it got stolen, I think it was within like 20 minutes, and I blocked my debit card right away. And I was looking, and I saw that there was attempt of charges at like Co-op West Island. And for those of you that don't know, Co-op West Island is essentially just a taxi service in the West Island. So I had assumed that it would be someone who stole it, definitely was from the West Island. But whatever, it was my fault. I was the one that left my bag. I take full responsibility. I obviously report that my bag is missing. Not like the police are actually going to be able to do anything. Now, fast forward 6 months later, we still have a mailbox open for my grandfather. Even though he passed away, we still have it open. And my dad went to go check it one day, and then he opens the box, and there it is, my keys. My keys at the time had these tags on it that would deliver it or ship it to your house or something like that. It's basically like a key protection thing. So if you find someone's keys, just drop them in the mailbox, and it'll somehow get back to them. That happened 6 months later. My keys were returned, but on my wallet, my bag, I had all my friends' car keys in that bag. Everything I owned was in that bag. Let's fast forward to August. I came home from vacation and I ordered myself an iPad. With said iPad, I was gonna have it shipped to my house, but I wasn't home because it was such an expensive product. Purelator automatically Purelator already technically ships it back to the company, and then you have to go and pick it up. I received a notification that my package had been attempted to be shipped, but I wasn't home, so now it's at Purelator, so I have to go pick it up. Not a problem. I've done that with pretty much all my things, my iPhone, all that stuff. So this wasn't very new to me. So I pull up the next day, and I walk in, and I'm like, hi, like, I'm here for my package, na-na-na. And the girl goes, oh, someone already picked it up. So I was like, what? I was like, excuse me, like, aren't I supposed to give you a photo ID, like, that matches the address on file? She goes, no, we just need, like, an ID, like, with the address or something like that. And I started freaking out, and I was like, wait a minute, you gave my iPad away to someone else that had my ID. Am I hearing this correct? She's like, yeah, this happens all the time. You need to call the police. So first I call my dad, bawling my eyes out. I'm like, Dad, like, someone stole my iPad. But I wasn't even worried about that. I was worried about the fact that someone had my ID and somehow knew that I ordered an iPad and it was shipped to Purelator. Someone who was there that night that my stuff got stolen somehow knew about this. So we call the police and come back for part 2.
The guy that had just taken me out on a date was cuddling with my best friend right in front of me. One time, one of my good friends asked me out on a date, and we had known each other for a few years. And we were like, yeah, let's do it. We had hung out the day before the date, really hit it off. We finally get on the date. It was really interesting. The date was kind of average. But after the date, he came up to me and he was like, I had a great time and I really want to go out again. And I was like, okay, he's pretty interested. We'll see where this goes. 2 days passed. He texted me and he said, hey, what are you doing right now? And I'm hanging out with 2 of my girlfriends. Why? And he was like, well, like, you guys all want to hang out. I have some guy friends I'm hanging out with. Let's just make it a group thing. We invite them over to our apartment, and immediately I can tell that something's off. He's being super weird. He's not really talking to me. We had just gone on a date 2 days ago. We put on a movie and he doesn't sit next to me. So we're watching the movie. He sat down next to my other friend. 15 minutes pass and I look back over at them and he is cuddling her in the corner holding her hand. The guy that had just taken me out on a date was cuddling with my best friend right in front of me. What is going on? I look over at my other friend and she looks at me so confused. She's like, just kick him out. So disrespectful. I say, hey, I'm getting tired. I'm gonna turn off the movie and you guys have to go. I leave. 5 minutes later, that guy texted me and said, something wrong? I felt like the vibe was off and I just wanted to make sure that we're all good. Vibe was off. Vibe was off, he said. Yeah, the vibe was off. I can't also comprehend how boys are so incredibly stupid. Like, what the heck? Why? How do you take a girl out and then 2 days later come cuddle with her best friend right in front of you? Anyways, cheers. I hope it doesn't happen to you.
Get ready with me to go to my ex-boyfriend's birthday party uninvited. So every year for my ex's birthday, he always throws like this big birthday bash. And every single year, except from this year, I have been invited to this birthday bash. So my handy dandy friends are going to be sneaking me into the party because I am not sitting at home in boredom whilst everyone else I know is out partying. Also, before you guys comment on what I'm wearing right now, I will not be wearing a sport set to his birthday. I'm gonna wear like a dress, heels, and then a bomber jacket. But I literally just got back from the gym, which is why I look like roadkill. I feel like it's so early to be getting ready for the party. It starts at 8:30. It's 5:30. But the reason the party starts so late is because it's an overnight party, so everyone stays until the morning and parties their hearts out. I don't know. Honestly, I'm kind of like upset or offended I wasn't invited because I thought me and my ex were cool. Like, we broke up because we wanted to focus on our schoolwork, on our exams, and he goes and does this? Bro, what the fuck? I know some of you are probably thinking, like, what if he finds your TikTok account, then you're busted, but no, he's blocked on here. I completely forgot about concealer. Oh my gosh, no. I can't be sneaking into my ex-boyfriend's birthday party with bad makeup on. Never mind, it looks okay now. Me and my friends were talking last night about how I'm meant to get in and stuff, and we have a legitimate plan, but it's not like a strong plan, so we don't know if it's gonna work yet, but we're gonna pray to the Lords above. My friend Sophia just texted me and said she's gonna pick me up at like 5:30 so I can finish off getting ready at her house, which is in an hour, so I'm pretty good. I just need to finish my makeup, and then I think I'm just gonna binge watch the new seasons of Young Sheldon. I got this freckle pen from Shein, and I'm trying it out, and I'm scared, but I'm gonna blend them in and hope that they look like nice, natural freckles. Okay, time to blend them in. I think I put too many. Oh no. I put way too many. It's okay, we're just gonna put highlighter on and just hope for the best. I'm gonna do a little bit of filling in of my brows, just rounding them a little bit as well, because I prefer having round brows. That's how the brows turned out. I kind of like them, but they're a bit too dark for my liking. Now we're gonna do my lip combo. I have a new lip combo, which is the She Glam lip gloss. I put this on first, okay? She Glam lip gloss. And then, never mind, it's lip oil. But anyways, She Glam lip oil and then She Glam lip liner in the shade Misty Rose. And I already have a natural, like, overline, like a second, I don't know what it is, but like a second lip, I guess. And I just go over that with the pencil. Now I'm just gonna spray my face with the e.l.f. setting spray. Don't mind my hair, but anyways, I love you guys so much. Hope you all have an amazing evening. Bye!
So this one time I go to a gas station and I see this guy, and you know how like you see a guy and you just know he's about to harass you? Yeah. So he goes, hey, hey, hey. I'm pretending I can't fucking hear him, obviously, and he walks in front of me. Hey. So now I have to fucking talk to him. So he goes, you look familiar. I said, no, I don't. I'm not even from here. He goes, well, where are you from? Missouri. I don't know why I said that. I literally don't know a single fucking thing about Missouri. But that's what I said. And he goes, oh, well, let me buy your stuff. No need. No need. I don't want to talk to you. He grabs my stuff and walks to the front of the store. I don't want to cause a scene. So I was like, fuck it. You can buy it. Whatever. Transaction ends. I leave. Of course, I'm parked at the fucking gas pump because I needed gas. And lo and behold, shocked to freaking nobody, he follows me to the freaking gas pump. And he goes, let me pay for your gas. I wasn't going to turn down free gas, obviously. So he starts pumping the gas, and then he goes, so I'm trying to get your phone number. Like, no duh. Obviously, you're trying to get my fucking phone number. Now, normally I just give people a fake number and, like, fucking keep it pushing, you know? But I just felt like he was going to call me and, like, let me make sure it's a real number, right? Like, and that's exactly what the fuck he did. So I gave him the number, he leaves, and he immediately starts blowing my fucking phone up. I block him because I have common fucking sense. You guys, I'm not even fucking kidding. I see him a week later at the same gas station. Couple things to keep in mind here though. I have 2 phones and they're like linked to each other. So if I block you on my main phone, I'll still get your messages on my second phone. So technically your message will still say delivered because it went to my second phone, just I won't see it on my personal phone. And then the first time I saw him, I had like my hair straight, full beat, whatever. And then the next time I saw him, I had like my curly hair, no makeup, whatever. So I see him again, he comes up to me, why haven't you answered any of my messages, like da 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 da, whatever the fuck. I pretend I don't know who he is. I go, what? Who, like, do I know you? And he goes, don't act stupid, I saw you last week, da 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 da. And I was like, no, I literally don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And he goes, yeah, you're Kelsey, you're from Missouri, you're da 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 da. And I was like, oh, you know my sister. He's like, what? Like, da da da. I go, yeah. I pull up my second phone, go through my second Instagram to my main Instagram, and I go, her? And he goes, oh, yeah. And then I was like, yeah, like, that's my sister. Like, not to be confused with me, right? And he, like, starts apologizing for, like, literally causing this fucking scene, yelling at me about it. And then he offers to pay for my stuff. Again. Y'all, he just would not take no for a fucking answer. So he buys the stuff again, and then had the audacity to then ask me, oh, well then, can I get your number? I go, aren't you trying to talk to my sister? And he's like, well, no. No, sir. I get in my car and I left. Y'all, when I tell you I never went back to that gas station again, never.